This video is not medical advice or intended to treat any medical conditions. Please consult your doctor before starting a new exercise program and stop immediately if you feel pain, experience dizziness, or other symptoms. By performing this workout, you acknowledge that you are engaging in physical activity and understand the risks involved, including physical injury. You agree that you are voluntarily participating and are participating at your own risk. By continuing with this video, you agree to release from all liability and forever hold harmless the City of Arvada from any and all losses, liabilities, injuries, or damages resulting from any and all claims pertaining to this workout.
Today we have a HIIT style workout, so let's start out by getting warm. We're gonna start with a knee march. Hands up by your ears, and we're gonna bring the knee to the opposite elbow. Give me a little twist forward. Let's go. All right, so we're trying to get that blood flowing, trying to get that heart rate up a little bit. We're actually trying to increase our core temperature by like half a degree. Tummy nice and tight, big twists. Nice. Getting a little stretch through that spine as well. And the cool thing about our HIIT is that you move at what speed works best for you. All right, give me a low jack and sweep, sweep. Stretching through the arms. Taking big, cleansing, deep breaths. Twisting side to side, big pivot. All right, let's do a couple more of these. 2 and 1. All right, hands by the ears, heels under hips, flat back, tip forward, and stand it up. Soften in your knees. Nice. And if you notice, my lovely assistant has a beautifully flat spine and a soft bend. All right, let's do a couple more of these. Last one, that's more than a couple. And let's do a squat and reach. Squat side, reach up. So Christy's gonna be doing the lower modifications for you today. Feel free to stick with her if you like, stick with me if you like, stick with both. Do a little mixture of both. Our goal is to get just a little bit healthier and feel a little bit better after our workout. All right, a couple more. Drop the hips, look straight ahead, bend at the knee. Last 2. That was last one. All right, so our first 45-second cardio HIIT is gonna be a jumping jack. I'm gonna take it to a full jack, and Christy is gonna do a low jack. Nice. So you stick with what works best for you. If you're in an apartment, can't jump, follow her. If you really want to get that heart burner, follow me. And try to control your breathing. All right, about 20 more seconds. And the way I've structured it is a 45-second cardio, followed by a 45-second strength. So we've got both cardio and strength in store today. All right, 5 seconds. And stop. I'm gonna grab some dumbbells. Christy is going to grab some water bottles. All right, narrow and wide squats. Sink your heels into the floor. Start with the narrow, step wide, back to the narrow, other foot steps wide. So same as we did in the warm-up. Stick out your rear end. I want you to imagine there's like a really low bench behind you, and you almost sit down, realize there's a bumblebee, stand back up. And again, you want to move faster than me? Move faster. You want to go heavier than me? Go heavier. This is your workout. 10 more seconds. I put those down. All right, so I want you to picture a dice in your head. Think of the number 5 and the number 6. 5, 2 dots high, 1 in the center, 2 dots low, 6, 3 dots. Let's hit those dots. Out, out, in, 3 dots side, 3 dots other side. Can you picture that dice? Can you do it without looking at the floor? Am I making you think? Am I keeping your brain busy as your body's doing all the hard work? And you can make it however you like. You can make it bouncy, not bouncy. Challenge yourself though. We want that sweat. All right, stop. I'm gonna grab my dumbbells. Christy is gonna grab 1 water bottle. Double pulse curtsey with, with a press overhead. All right, big step back, double pulse, press in the center, other side, double pulse, press in the center. So imagine you're on railroad tracks and your feet cannot cross behind, but in a straight line. So that curtsey, we're not making a big X behind, but like straight back. Yeah, cardio meets strength. Very good combination for a multitude of results, whether it's toning and sculpting, endurance training, building some stamina. This will get you a little closer to that goal. All right, put those down. If you have a chair or a couch nearby, we're gonna do some mountain climbers. Single hold. I'm gonna take it into a plank. Let's go. Single hold. So if you're in a plank, hands are under the rib cage, and we're breathing, not holding our breath, which is really easy to wanna hold your breath. And if you're like, you know what, Danielle? Staying in that plank for a full 45 seconds, I'm not quite there. Give me some knees from an all 4 position. All right, give me like 10 more seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Stand it up. Woohoo, shake it out. All right. I'm gonna grab 1 dumbbell. Christy's gonna grab 1 water bottle. Reverse lunge with the same arm side raise. All right, heels under hips. Start with that left leg. Slow and controlled, switch. Slow and controlled. So if you notice, my chest is nice and high, taking a big step back, and I'm not tipping or leaning forward. We want that upright position the entire time. That's gonna engage your core and help work on your posture. So not only are we building a little bit of muscle in the shoulders and the legs, but we're working on our posture. How you doing? You hanging in? I'm hanging in. Nice. Making sure we're not stepping back on the cat or the dog. And go ahead, put that down. All right, 2 drop squats, 2 seal jacks. Ready? Let's go. 2 squats, 2 seal jacks, 2 squats, 2 seal jacks. And I promise, huffing and puffing is worth it. The time that you invest in your fitness, in your health, gives you better quality of life later on. So worth it. So worth it. All right, 15 more seconds. Woo-wee! Is your heart rate up even when you're not jumping? Whew. All right, I'm gonna grab 1 dumbbell. Double pulse, side lunge. Her feet are gonna stay wide. I'm gonna step out. Do what works best for your knees and your ankles. All right, let's go. Double pulse and switch. Stick out your rear end, look straight ahead, tighten through the tummy, and then you're just gently landing. Inside leg is straight. We're getting a little inner outer thigh. And these side to side movements, really good for helping to build some of those muscles that get neglected with regular squats and regular lunges. All right, give me like 5 more seconds. And last one. All right, I'm gonna hold onto my dumbbell, scissors, single hold, twist. Chrissy's gonna tap back and twist. Let's go. Oh, and remember, the amount of effort you put in equals the amount of results. A lot of effort, a lot of results. A little bit of effort, a little bit of results. You choose. Challenge yourself, push yourself, but know the difference between good pain, sharpshooting pain is bad. Good pain is gonna be a slow muscular burn. And yes, those lungs could feel on fire too. All we're looking for is a stronger version of ourselves. Last one. All right, take it down to the ground. Good news, we're gonna do 45 seconds of abs and then take a little break. All right, lay it down on the mat. Chrissy's gonna keep her feet down on the floor. We're gonna do 1 upper crunch, 1 clam. 1 upper crunch, 1 clam. So we're lifting the head and shoulders off of the mat and then bringing the elbows and the knees together. Chrissy is just simply reaching for her ankles, but we're exhaling right at the top. All right, give me a few more. I always say a few more, it's more like a lot more. Oh, that's a good burn. That's a good burn in the core. Last 2. Give me last 1, and then we're gonna take a 45-second break. Woo! If you have a partner, give them a high five. Good job. Grab a drink of water if you need it. If you need to push any furniture out of the way, feel free to push that furniture out of the way. If you want to go grab your spouse or a kid, make them work out with you, now's the time. So we're going to do all of those exercises one more time all the way through. And we're going to take just a little bit shorter break in between now that we know it's coming. And again, feel free to follow Christy, follow me, or bounce back and forth between the two of us. All right, so our first exercise was that 45 seconds of jumping jacks. You ready? All right, let's go. All right, so second time through. Now we know it's coming. And I really want you to work on challenging yourself. When we challenge, it forces our body to change. No challenge, no change. If you're staying in that comfortable zone, your body doesn't have to adapt and overcome. So we want to force it to have to get stronger and build some muscle. And that's exactly what we're doing. How's that breathing coming along?
It's going good.
Good. All right, give me like 15 more seconds. And I really like combining the strength with the cardio because we get the best of both worlds. All right, speaking of strength, narrow squats. If you want, grab some bottles of water, dumbbells, or nothing at all. All right, start off narrow squat, step out, wide squat, step back in narrow, step out, and wide. So yeah, I like to pretend you're gonna sit down and then at the last second, decide to stand back up. And again, we're using that core with everything we're doing. So tighten that tummy, look straight ahead, resist the urge to look at the floor. Again, we're working on our posture at the same time. All right, give me like 10 more seconds here. Strengthening the legs. And put those down. All right, back to that number 5 and number 6 on the dice. Let's go. Out, out, in. 3 dots on one side, 3 dots on the other side. Yep, back to this. Am I keeping your brain busy as your body's doing all the hard work? Keeps your mind off of how hard you're working. My daughter comes and works out with me sometimes. Boy, does she have an imagination on what that number 5 on the dice looks like, let me tell you. All right, 3, 2, 1. Double pulse curtsey with an overhead press. Christy's gonna grab 1 water bottle. I'm grabbing 2. All right, standing on those railroad tracks, step behind, double pulse, reach overhead, double pulse. Yeah, so anytime we mix lowering with lifting, you're gonna feel that gravity resistance more throughout the entire body. So that means that heart rate's gonna stay high, but we're not afraid of a little sweat, are we? And maybe you've just got a quick 25-minute break, then you gotta get back to work. Woo! 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, mountain climbers. If you want, grab a chair, a couch, or a step. I'm gonna take it down into a plank. She's so lovely when she demonstrates. All right, let's go. Single, single, hold. Single, single, hold. All right, so these are hard. Yes, they are challenging. But they are supposed to be challenging. If it wasn't hard, it wouldn't be called a workout. It'd be called an easy out. And my friends, nothing easy about getting healthier. All right, 15 seconds. And if you notice, Chrissy has a nice straight line from her head down to her heels, keeping that rear end nice and level. 3, 2, and 1. Stand it up. All right. Reverse lunge with the same arm raise, grabbing 1 dumbbell or 1 water bottle. Let's start with that left leg. Big lunge back and switch. So yeah, we're bending both knees. If you can get down to a 90-degree bend, awesome. If your knees do not allow that, go as far down as you can. Something is better than nothing. All right, keep that chest tall. Oh, that heart rate's staying high, right? Woo! Give me about 10 more seconds. This is our strength. So we're gonna take it back to our cardio. In 3, 2, 1. Put that down. All right, 2 drop squats, 2 seal jacks. Ready? I'm ready. Let's go. And again, you do whatever variation works best for you. Ooh-wee. Definitely out of breath with these. And you know what I love about HIIT is that scientifically proven to be one of the quickest ways to see results and feel results. You quickly go from realizing everyday life tasks don't have to be as hard. Last one. Woo! I'm gonna grab 1 dumbbell. Double pulse side lunge. We're gonna step out wide. Christy's feet are gonna stay wide the entire time. Her nickname is Guns, just kidding, I just gave that to her just now. Stick out your rear end. But if you see her on the straight, call her guns. Woo-wee! Yeah, so inner outer thigh. Great way to work a different part of the leg. Inside leg straight, outside leg bends. All right, 3, 2, 1. Keep a hold of this. Scissors, single hold and twist. Ready? Get set. Oh, I wish these breaks were just a little longer. Go. Single hold, scoop. And it does get easier, I promise. The more times you do this, the easier it gets. Oops. And the easier it gets, the more you have to challenge yourself. Woo-wee! All right, 15 more seconds. We'll take it down to the floor. Do some abs. And then we'll stretch. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Put that down. All right, lay down. 1 upper crunch, 1 clam. Hands by the ears. Ready, set, go. 1 crunch. Elbows to the knees or reach for the ankles. So exhale on that crunch up. Coordinate your breathing with your movements. Exhale at the hardest part of the exercise. Oh, I'm feeling these. We're getting the upper abs. We're getting the lower abs. We're getting that entire abdominal wall. Hello, six pack. I keep glancing at my timer. Are we done yet? Yes, we are done. All right, take a break. Have a seat. Extend one leg out. We're gonna reach for those toes, drop your chest towards your quad, and as best as you can, relax into that stretch. So yeah, super important to make sure we stretch after we've worked our muscles. They can tighten up quite easily, so we wanna make sure that we stretch them, elongate them, so that as those muscle fibers are starting to heal, they can heal at their full length. Let's switch, other leg extends. Same thing, reach for that toe, drop your chest towards your thigh. Do you remember when you were a kid and you can like do all kinds of crazy stretches, like bring your leg behind your head? Not anymore, not anymore. And let's do a pike stretch, both legs straight out in front, reach for the toes. So hopefully you had an amazing workout like we did today. Combining cardio and strength has been proven to be one of the best ways of getting results the fastest. Sit it up, cross one leg over, give that leg a nice big hug, chest tall and twist. Should feel good through the spine, through the hips. Switch legs, other leg crosses over, give that leg a nice big hug, chest tall and twist. So hopefully you have a little bit of energy now to help you take on the rest of the day. Maybe it's the end of the day and now you're nice and tired and ready for bed. Thank you so much for joining us. Awesome job, Christy. This is a City of Arvada production, instructed by Danielle Woodyard. You can watch this video and more on the City of Arvada's YouTube page at City of Arvada.
Game face on.